Salutations everyone, this is Razor giving you your Sunday Emblem tutorial. Sorry I could not make one last week during the move, but I'm here now. And with celebration of the start of the new NFL season, I decided to do an NFL logo, but most of them have pretty much been played out because this game came out in the fall. That's when football was really popular, so most of the logos were made and a lot of them. So I decided to go with the Miami Dolphins here for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a new logo. Nobody on YouTube has done it yet, so I thought I would be the first. It turns out all right. It's absolutely not perfect. It's a very, very difficult one. It took me about 50 minutes to get it pretty much down, then 10 more minutes to refine some of the layers. So it's pretty difficult, but if it seems like it's going too fast for you guys, just remember that at the end of the video, go layer by layer to show you what goes where, nice and slow for you guys to catch up. So it's a new Miami Dolphins logo. I wasn't too thrilled about it when I first saw it, but it seems like whenever a team changes colors or a logo, they end up in the playoffs that season. It's just, I don't know, it just seems to be something that I notice time and time again. So hopefully the Dolphins make the playoffs this year. As far as the AFC East goes, by default they're my favorite team because I don't like any of the others. I despise the Patriots. The Jets suck. Bills will never win. And the Dolphins, lovable losers, but they're getting better. And the other reason I decided to pick the Dolphins, outside the fact it's the new logo, but a friend of mine is actually on the Miami Dolphins. He was selected in the 5th round last year, the 2012 draft. He's a Sam linebacker. His name is Joshua Kadu. He doesn't have any official stats yet. He hasn't made his first NFL tackle, but he did start for most of the games last season. I think he didn't start till week 2 or something. But yeah, he's a friend of mine from back in high school. Obviously, we didn't go to the same college. He went to Oregon, the team that went to the BCS National Championship in 2011, and then they lost to Cam Newton and the Auburn Tigers. But yeah, a friend of mine is on the Miami Dolphins. He was actually my lab partner in biology class sophomore year. So he's a really good guy, really, really good guy, very, very athletic. I remember a play during a high school football game. I don't think I was there, but I remember hearing about it where the the opposing team, sorry, I'm used to Call of Duty jargon here. The opposing team was lining up for a field goal, and Kadu, my friend on the Dolphins, he jumped over the kicker, like he went over the ball. He didn't block it. He went over it, and it was a kind of a funny story. Just how athletic the guy is. Very fast. Fool's got hops. He's a very, very good guy. Nice guy. Smart dude. And I hope he has a very successful NFL career with the Miami Dolphins. And their quarterback situation doesn't seem to be very solid right now. The whole Ryan Tannehill thing didn't work out too well last season, but hopefully there's going to be a turnaround. Who knows who's the quarterback's going to be by the end of the year or next year, but things are looking up. Defense and special teams have been doing better the past couple seasons than they had been, mostly in the bottom of the barrel of the AFC East past couple years. But they've been improving, especially last season was pretty nice. So yeah, I know someone in the NFL. I actually know 2 people in the NFL. Could do more so than the other guy. He was a year older than me. He's on the Cardinals. His name is Zach Nash. He's a defensive end. But that's another story for another time. But I knew him. He was a nice guy, and very, very talented. He broke like all kinds of records at where he went to college football. This little college in California called Sac State. That's not facetious or anything. It actually is a pretty small school. Outside of the fact that it's in the capital city, but that college isn't really known for their football team, more so than their other sports. But still, he was an undrafted free agent a couple of years ago. But yeah, so as far as like my NFL teams go, there's quite a few that I like. Not very much success out of these teams lately. I like the St. Louis Rams because Los Angeles doesn't have a team, and that was the last team that they had. And I pretty much became a fan of football during their Super Bowl run in 2000 or 2001. Yeah, I forget how they mark their seasons because it's starts at the end of the season or end of the year and begins at the ends at the beginning. And of course, growing up with that, I was a huge Kurt Warner fan, so I was a fan of whatever team he went on. He went to the Giants, and once Eli Manning kind of got the hang of things, he went over to Arizona, took them to the Super Bowl, and then I became a Cardinals fan. And I'm a fan of the Manning brothers as well, so I like to see the Giants and not the Colts anymore, but the Broncos look like they have a pretty damn good team going, especially after smashing the Ravens defense on the opening game of the NFL season, which is weird having the defending Super Bowl champs open on the road. That's the first time that's happened since long ass time or ever. I'm not sure. There's weird scheduling differences because the Orioles didn't want to change their whatever. It was weird. So hopefully the Baltimore bounces back because they've lost a lot in the offseason. But hopefully the Broncos do well. No sore feelings against the Colts because they got Andrew Luck, who's a very good quarterback as well. The third team of mine would be the Detroit Lions. So I'm privy to teams that give me nothing but heartbreak. So hopefully the Lions can make the playoffs again and actually win a game or two. Fantasy football is always a nice, fun thing that a lot of people like to participate in. I got a pretty decent team. Not the best team that I've had, but not the worst. I didn't do very well in the running back situation, but I got definitely the best wide receiver core out of my fantasy team, the Fighting Mongooses, because that's a cool team name. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The emblem itself is I'm not going to say it's simple or easy to do. It is rather difficult, but if you spend enough time and you just get those nice smooth lines going, it'll turn out pretty well. There's different ways you can go about it. What I end up with here isn't absolutely perfect. There's just you can only do so much, and I made it kind of big. I didn't want to make it too small to where like the nose of the dolphin was going out of the frame or anything, but you wouldn't be able to do the tail perfectly, so kind of sacrifice that. But do what you can to make it look like everything is on purpose and neat and clean, and it actually shapes up pretty good emblem when all things are said and done, and I think does the actual emblem really good justice in my opinion. So I'm going to start going over each layer step by step here in a second. And as far as the RGB color scheme goes for the Dolphins, I mean, I'm sure it's available somewhere, but I'll be sure to leave that in the description as well for like the orange and then the light teal and then like the darker blue. So I'm not too sure how I feel about the new logo. I didn't have any problems with the old one, but this one, it's still nice. It's better than some of the proposed ones that I had seen. But nothing's wrong with the change of pace as long as it brings results. So hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. I'm going to let it play out here in the layer by layer setup. Obviously went with like the Dolphin Dive title because, I mean, that's just too obvious. So hope you guys enjoyed. Comments always appreciated. Let me know what you'd like to see me do next, and I will see you guys next time.